Then we are talking about finding the shorter side using Pythagoras theorem. If you remember Pythagoras theorem, it was c squared equal to a squared plus b squared, where c was the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse. And a and b were the shorter sides. Other two sides which are shorter than hypotenuse. We can rearrange this equation. So we can rearrange this equation. To find the shorter side. Because the way it is right now is suitable for finding the hypotenuse. C is the hypotenuse, and it gives you the value of c squared, which you can square root and find c. But we are interested in finding the shorter side, either A or B. So if I rearrange that, that could be like that. B squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. Okay, so if you take away a squared from both sides of this, a squared will go away from this side, you end up with b squared. And on that side, you got c squared minus a squared, which is that c squared minus a squared. Now, we can use this form to find an unknown side, an unknown shorter side. Let's look at a number of examples. Example 1. Find the length of B. Remember, this is only for right angle triangles. You cannot use it for other type of triangles. So it definitely has to be a right angle triangle. So I have a right angle triangle here, and my side length is this is a right angle, and say this is 10 meters, and this is 8 meters. So 10 meters, 8 meters, and that's B. They want me to find the value of B. All right, now I can use this formula that I have there. B squared equal to c squared. Remember, c is the hypotenuse, and here my hypotenuse is 10. So 10 squared. Minus a, which is the other side that they have given you, 8 squared. From here, we get b squared is equal to 10 squared is 100 minus 8 squared is 64. 8 squared means 8 times 8. 10 squared means 10 times 10. So that gives me b squared equal to 100 take away 64 is 36. Now I've got b squared. I can get b by square rooting 36. Just square root 36 to get to b. And if you put that in your calculator, or if you can guess what number is that times by itself, gives you 36. The answer is 6. All right, 6 what? Is it meters, centimeters, millimeters? Because these are in meters, that also will be in meters. That is for example 1. Another example, example 2. Find the value of x below. Okay, so again, I'm going to have a right angle triangle. And this tells me that this is right angle, this little square. And I'm going to have 13 millimeters here. And 12 millimeters here, and I'm calling this x. Remember, calling it x or anything else doesn't change the fact. It could be b, it could be x, it could be c. As long as it is the shorter side, you can just use what we did. So we are finding the shorter side of a right angle triangle. So this shorter side, I don't know it, so x squared, which is similar to b squared, is equal to hypotenuse squared, 13 squared, take away the other short side squared. Alright, so that gives me x squared is equal to 13 squared is 169, 13 times 13. 12 squared is 12 times 12 is 144. Square means times by itself. And if you work that out, that becomes x squared equal to 169 minus 144 gives you 25. Now, what number is squared is 25. What number times by itself is 25. You can guess it, it is 5. Or if you couldn't, just use your calculator. X is square root of 25. Type that in your calculator and it gives you 5. Now 5 what? Meter, millimeters, centimeters. Because these are in millimeters, my answer also will be in millimeters. So x is 5 millimeters. And another example, example 3. Find the value of b below. So, first I got to draw this. And remember that a right angle triangle doesn't have to be exactly the way we show all the time. It could be like that too. Okay, so here that is your right angle. This is your right angle, and this will be your hypotenuse. 22 say centimeters, and say you have 8 millimeter here, and this I'm calling it y. All right. Now Okay, we have y squared, because y is my shorter side, is equal to hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse. How do I know that? It is opposite to 90 degrees. All right. So it is my hypotenuse. And 22 squared minus the other short side squared. And if you work that out, that comes as y squared equal to, if you put the whole thing in your calculator, or you can do it one by one. So I just writing the whole answer. 22 squared minus 8 squared. From your calculator, you get 420. And now, what is this? To find y, you got to square root 420. If they ask you leave it in third form, that is in third form. You finish it here. If you were asked to leave it in third form, this is a third. But if they ask you to give, say, in 2 decimal places, so then you got to type that in your calculator, square root of 420, and give it to, for example, to 2 decimal places, or whatever decimal places they are asking from you. And your answer should be 20.49 if you did that way, to 2 decimal places. All right, that's two decimal places. What's the unit? The unit here, I should make the same unit, both of them. First, I got to get rid of this. That meant to be millimeter. Now, because both of them are in millimeter, so the answer will be in millimeter. And the answer is, as I said, to 2 decimal places. If you put that in your calculator, it goes forever, but we want to just have it to 2 decimal places, so we say 2 decimal places. Okay, that is the answer to this. Thank you for your attention.